It's Saturday, October 26, 2024. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report.
TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report.
Hey all, TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report, TKR Video Central. Welcome to this week's show. It's going to be a short show. Just got a couple of things I picked up and a few other things I want to discuss real quick. In the midst of doing some maintenance, which is why I am on my Finding Your Music Mojo camera this week. And I'll have the backdrop on in a minute because you won't be able to see what I got to show off in a second. But in any case, I just got a few things I want to go over and let you know what's going on for the next week. And because I've really been doing great catching things up. And we'll talk more about that later. But right now, let's get into some other stuff, shall we? Okay, I'm guilty of being a major pain in the ass when it comes to this album, Marcin, Dragon in Harmony. I've been pushing this for months, well, at least the last month since the CD came out. And I've been saying, go over and grab it now because it's really worth it. I want to hear how everybody thinks of it. Well, you do not have an excuse anymore. This is the vinyl of Marcin, Dragon in Harmony. It came out a week ago Friday. It has this amazing, has the cool gatefold, great inner sleeve with some terrific shots of Marcin both ways, and it is on cool red vinyl. Now, I have been flogging Marcin for the past month because I truly believe he deserves to be one of the fastest rising stars in the world. He mixes flamenco guitar with rock music and classical, and he fuses it into an amazing, amazing mix. Now, I tried to get some promotional stuff. I wanted to send them out to various VC members because God knows nobody ever listens to me when I say buy something because I'm not, I don't recommend all the prog or weird stuff or and I don't have the kind of following or the kind of influence that people like Lionel Richie or Professor Carlson have. But you're missing a gold mine if you do not pick this up, okay? I've been very, very disappointed because I've been checking all the record stores I follow online and checking to see if they got it in, and nobody seems to have got it in. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not a surprise because he is a new artist. He's had some self-distributed stuff before, but he is a new artist. This is his first album for Sony Masterworks, and they're not really promoting it as well as they should. I've seen a few things. If you subscribe to his Instagram or his Twitter or X or whatever it is, and all that stuff, you can find stuff in his YouTube channel. But trust me when I say that this guy will blow your mind. He has an amazing style. You can watch the videos on YouTube. I'll have a link to the channel in the show notes. The way he does fingerstyle guitar with percussion on the guitar, most of it is himself. He's really amazing. If you guys pick this up or if you listen to it on streaming, that's fine. Let me know what you think of it and whether you think it's as good as I think it is, because I'm very curious about it. You can email me, you can leave a comment. I want to know what you think of Marcin. He is going to be a major star. This is the only pickup I had this week, but let me tell you something. It is damn worth it. And that is out of the box this week.
Hey gang, we've got merch. Show off your love for all things TKR. Find t-shirts and more in the TKR swag shop. Click on the link in the show description. Like what you see? Level up! Become a TKR patron. We can always use more supporters of our channel. Click on the Patreon link in the show description.
Couple of things in from various auctions from Don and Mary, mostly their Whatnot auction on Tuesday at 7, where they sell all kinds of cool 45s. This is from last week. This week I only bought one, and it isn't here yet. It's running about a week after they get it out. Well, I picked up two last week, and one of them I got because it's mostly instrumental. I do a lot of instrumental stuff because of my instrumental show coming up on Mixcloud. This is So What's New by Horst Jankowski. I don't know if you can see it very well. I can't put the light on because it'll wig out this camera. But this is really cool. The other one I got, I've talked about this woman already a couple of times, and it's Dawn's fault. I got into her because I'd never heard of her until she started selling the stuff. And her story fascinates me to the point where I dropped Dawn a line this morning and I said, anything else you come across in that massive 45 haul by this woman, put it aside for me, price it, let me know. I want them all. Quite frankly, I was reading around the internet this week about this woman. And I don't think she's as bad as many people do. I think she's passable. She's certainly as passable as some actors who try to sing. And granted, she's not a professional singer. Most of the time, she was a housewife, I think, although she apparently had a cabaret career in the 1920s during World War I. I don't know how true that is, but I will find it out eventually. This actually comes with a sleeve this time. This is Dora Hall and Too Bad. And it is backed with Hotel Happiness on the Calamo Records label, complete with a sleeve. Dora Hall was the wife of the man who owned the Solo Cup Company, and he spent quite a bit of his fortune trying to make her a musical star in the 1960s. I've picked up a number of her records over the last couple of years from Dawn. I'm finding that she's had even more out. She did 2 or 3 variety specials that he syndicated. I want to do a feature on her at some point next year, and I'm trying to collect all the stuff I can find. So if you have any Dora Hall or know about her, or there's a lot of people who love her children's album from the mid-60s. Yeah, so Dawn, there are albums out there, so keep an eye out for those too. In any case, I don't think she's as... I mean, when you talk about vanity singers, and Dora Hall is a vanity singer, all of her records were paid for by her husband. One of them actually apparently made the WLS charts in 1962, which I find amazing. I'll have to check that because I have that book for WLS over there. She's not Florence Foster Jenkins. Florence Foster Jenkins couldn't sing to save her life, really, and she, God love her, she tried. Dora at least is passable. She's actually quite good on some of them. I mean, she's not your everyday singer. She's definitely of the easy listening that you might hear. If she'd done well, you probably would have heard her on your 60s easy listening channels alongside Vicky Carr and Dionne Warwick and Lainey Kazan and Rosemary Clooney, and of course the crooners. But I find her story fascinating, and I find her music even more fascinating. So those were my pickups from Whatnot this week from Dawn and Mary. Dawn and Mary are busy all week long. They are on Monday. Dawn does not do anything on a weekly basis, but she does do Finding Your Music Mojo every other Monday with yours truly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Chick Chat on Tuesday at noon. Weird Album Wednesdays at noon on to Hip Chicks, and Wednesdays at 1 at Cajun Roots Reseller on his Hump Day auction. Thursday is Chick Chat Estate Sale Bingo, also at noon. Friday is an album from their collection at noon, and Sunday is the record grading sessions. She's playing them on, she's putting them on camera, listening to them as she grades them for sale, and she puts that group up every Sunday at noon. So most of her stuff is up at noon, except for Finding Your Music Mojo and New England Cajun Roots New England Cajun Roots Resellers auction. Lots of fun stuff. Don and Mary, thank you as always. And that is this week's auction acquisitions. Done a question of the week for a while, and I'm truly interested in what exactly is going on in other parts of the country. So I'm asking you, first of all, I'm asking you to tell me, email me, or comment if you are a fan or if you work for or own a record store. Now, the reason I'm asking for this is because I'm curious. I worked for a number of different record stores over the years, starting in the 1980s. And the timing of holiday music has always interested me. Now, when I worked for Buzzard's Nest Records in Central Ohio in the 80s, we put out holiday music when it came out, sometimes as early as September. If it was something like it was a collection, we would get those as seen on TVs in the cutout bins from Roger Whittaker and those people. Those would go out as soon as they came out, but the newer releases would not go out until probably the week before Thanksgiving. When I worked for Transworld in the mid-90s, that was Tape World, Coconuts, and Record Town, they started their display usually the week after Halloween. We would get in cardboard cutout displays for the CDs. We didn't sell vinyl at the time. And separate sections would be made for cassettes at the time. And our holiday stuff would start coming in early. Now, when I worked at one particular Coconuts in the town of Swampscott, we got a little bit more information and music that was geared more toward Hanukkah, because it's a heavily Jewish area in Swampscott and Marblehead and that area. So we sold a lot of Hanukkah music as well. I'm curious, though, where you live, I don't care whether it's in the U.S. or outside the U.S., let me know where you're from, what your local record store does. When does their holiday music hit the stores, hit the shelves? I'm curious because I'm we're nearing Halloween. It's coming up at the end of this coming week, and I know if I worked for Transworld, I know anybody that's, I don't know how Sunrise does it, since Sunrise bought Transworld a few years ago. I don't know anything about Sunrise Records from Canada, but I know when I worked for Transworld, we would have our Christmas stuff coming out probably week after next. So I'm curious. Let me know when your local store, or if you're a store, when you put out that Christmas music and how long it takes for it to start picking up in sales. Because I like to buy stuff early. The new stuff, I know when the new stuff comes out, usually in September or October and November, I'm looking for it and pick up what I want. In any case, I'm curious, when does your store start stocking holiday music? Answer this week's question of the week via email in the show notes or in the comments section.
If you like what you see on YouTube, don't miss the rest of the story. News, reviews, chart library, in-depth profiles, commentary, and more. Check out my full website, thekirkhamreport.com. An hour of lively discussion about music from two huge music fans. Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn. Live alternate Mondays, 7 p.m. US ET. TKR Video Central and 2 Hip Chips on YouTube, and TKR Video Central on Twitch.
Junior Eurovision coverage will start here on TKR and on the KirkhamReport.com on Wednesday, October 30th. I will be going through all 17 songs from the 17 entries. I'll talk about my opinion of each song, whether I think it's a good song. My ratings for them will be coming out at the end. I have not listened to any of them yet. I'm planning to do that this weekend as I'm getting some stuff finished around the office. And I've no doubt that there's always one or two songs that are really good, and I usually end up liking stuff that doesn't do well with the rest of the public. This is how I do Eurovision. I don't usually agree with the European community. But Junior Eurovision is coming up November 16th from Spain. I'm trying to remember which city. Was it Madrid? It comes from Spain this year, France having passed on hosting because they've already hosted twice in the past 4 years. So it'll be fun to watch, and that'll be on Sunday, November 16th. So in any case, it'll be a lot of fun to watch, and I will keep you up to date. And I urge you to check out the various junior artists that take part. Junior Eurovision coverage starts Wednesday, October 30th.
Stay ahead of dangerous weather no matter what the season. Stay aware and stay safe. PNR WeatherCentral on YouTube. An ongoing living history of record stores past, present, and future, driven by your memories and contributions. RecordStoreRewind.com. Check it out today.
So, what's been going on around here? Let me turn on my backdrop. I can't stand looking at that. I have a lot. Taking time off this month has been a godsend for me. I'm actually getting stuff done, getting stuff caught up, getting things squared away. Now, the thing I said I had to talk about that would be coming up in November, I have managed to extend that, so it probably won't happen until February. But I'm going to be talking about that in the future. And I have a couple of other things coming up before the end of the year that I'll be discussing as well. One of them that is linked directly to the Kirkham Report website at thekirkhamreport.com. I'm going to be revamping that considerably, and I hope people will go over and check it out and check what I have to offer there as well. The shows are changing a little bit. This week we will have Just the Basics up again. We will have Radio Retro, which will be up on Sunday. Daily Obscuria, Monday through Friday, back to regular Obscuria after 2 special weeks, Monday through Friday at 11. I think Flashback Tracks will be back on Thursday this week. There is a chance Label Nova may be back this week, but I'm probably going to be the week after. And then everything will start reappearing next Saturday. I already have the new Pop 50 challenge ready. It's not going to be a year, it's going to be a topic this time. I'm almost done with another Saturday Night Disco Party, which will go up next Saturday, not today. And then starting the first full week of November, you can start to expect to see my hosted shows return, other shows I do return, and hopefully, if all works out, the Mixcloud stuff will start debuting, and I have a couple of other things I'm going to be talking about as well. In any case, I hope you enjoy it. I also want to bring your attention to the fact that although it's not coming this Monday, but next Monday, on our next episode of Finding Your Music Mojo, which will be Monday on November 4th, the day before Election Day, Dawn and I will have special guest Katie from Vintage of Vinyl here. We will be talking about Record Store Day Black Friday. There's been several already. Some people, this has been a really divided year. Some people are like, wow, this is the best list ever. Some people are like, God, this list sucks. So it's very divided this year. There's not too much on it that I'm interested in. and I will talk about those titles next week on Finding Your Music Mojo, a week from Monday. But I am interested in seeing what everybody else thinks, and I know Katie's got her eye on a few things, and I've got my eye on a couple of things. So hopefully it'll be interesting when it comes up, and that's on Finding Your Music Mojo, November 4th at 7 p.m. here on TKR Video Central, and also simulcasting on Two Hip Chicks. So please check it out. And that is what's going on around here. Relatively short show this week. I wanted to get those pickups on. I wanted to pester you about Marcin again. I'm going to keep doing that. I want to see that. I want to know. I know, like I said, I noticed a lot of record stores didn't get him in. I'm trying to convince record stores to order him because I think once they play it in store, it's going to fly off the shelves. But I checked all the ones I normally watch. Spin Me Round, Noble Records, In Groove, Record Crate, quite a few of them. Nobody seemed to have gotten it in. They may have got the CD about to go, I don't know, but nobody seems to have gotten it in on the new releases, and that's a shame because it's a really good album. In any case, I wrote to Patrick this morning, my friend Patrick Murphy, and asked him about a couple of things. I'm thinking about doing a couple of live streams a week that will be just me doing stuff on Discogs. I have boxes and boxes of 45s that I purchased from Dawn, mostly. Not all. Some of them are from Adam at Record Crate. But mostly from Dawn that I haven't yet cataloged into Discogs. And I haven't cataloged any of my personal collection. Only the first year or so I was buying from Dawn. Those are done. But I have a lot more to do. And I'm thinking I'll just do a live stream and just chat with people while I'm cataloging. So I may do that. It would probably be both on YouTube and Twitch. We'll see what happens. And if I do that, it'll probably start happening sometime in November. So I don't know when it'll be. It'll be in the evenings, probably, because I work Monday through Friday, regular schedule at 9 to 5:30. So it will probably be in the evenings, a couple of evenings a week. I don't know when. And we'll see what happens. It just sounds like fun, and that way I can talk to people as I'm doing these. Because some of these, I mean, the thing about Discogs is I'm trying to be diligent, especially with the 45s, because sometimes there's like 17 or 18 different pressings from the US versions. And then I got to go through and try to look at the small print and see everything. And that's not going to be easy. I'll probably be using the other camera because I'll need to have the light on to do my work. And I should have the other camera set up by next weekend anyway. But that's one of the reasons I didn't get this set up today, and why I'm using this camera today is because I'm doing some renovations. The light strip is getting replaced that was broken, and a few other things. But I do hope to be able to do my room tour no later than the second week of November. Everything is falling into place and looking good, and it took a year almost, but it is getting there, and that's always good. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. And I was trying to get to 800 by Halloween. Does not look like that's going to happen now, but I still want to try and get to 900 by Thanksgiving and 1,000 before the end of the year. We'll see. I definitely need to get my watch hours up because I want to get those memberships in place. My watch hours are really sucky right now, so if you haven't watched something, go ahead and watch it over and over and over again. Get me some watch hours. Or if you want to listen, turn on Saturday Night Disco Party and just play it over and over again, that would be good too. Whatever works. In any case, I do have more coming, as always. And I mean, you guys know that. I'm always doing stuff here. Enjoy watching other people. I'm getting a lot of watching done in this week also while I'm working on stuff because what I've been working on a lot is web stuff, and I'm watching other shows while I'm working on it. And if you haven't checked it out, like I said last week, go check out Two Guys Talking About Records with Steve Carlson and Jim Gleason from Radio Wasteland in Midland, Michigan. Always fun. It's usually up on Sunday evenings, and lots of fun watching them and talking and listening to them. I've been making that a part of my Sunday evenings every week for the past several months, and it's so much fun. And of course, all the Two Hip Chick stuff and everything else I do. I mean, I could recommend so many things. I just don't have the time to do it all. In any case, thank you for watching. Don't mind my rambling this week. Don't forget to check out Marcin, and don't forget to check out the Junior Eurovision coverage when it starts. And I will see you in 7 days. Until then, I'll probably see you around the interwebs as well. And until then, I'm TC Kirkham, TKR Video Central, and the Kirkham Report, wishing you a fond and wonderful farewell and a great week ahead. Ciao, baby.